What I want from each of us is just to tell us your name and the organization you are coming from. And because of time, I would like us to also be fast about that. All right, thank you.
Good morning to you all. My name is Fatima Abdullah Meshanko. I'm from Cedar Foundation for Disability.
Good morning to you. My name is Sadi Isa Mohammed. I'm from Cedar Foundation for Disability.
Good morning, all. I'm Mr. Dr. Mary Canada from Holland Leadership Initiative.
Morning, everyone. My name is Mr. Chedi. I'm from International Rescue Committee.
Good morning, all. My name is Karago Ali. I'm from CBA.
Good morning, all. My name is Samuel U. Innocent from CBN.
Good morning, all. Welcome to this is Mendy from Cedar Foundation.
Good morning, all. My name is Ryan Mohammed Suleiman. I'm the Minister of Higher Education, Science, Technology and Innovation, Directorate of Special Education.
Thank you so much. And I'm by name Dogara Nathan, Cedar Foundation for the Disabled. My able cameraman.
So good morning to you all. You're all welcome. My name is Bashir Mohammed Musa, Cedar Foundation for Disabilities.
All right, thank you so much. There's someone I've not introduced because there's a time for him to, he's coming here now. Says so, and he's going to do everything together. He's going to tell us briefly, okay, just a brief introduction of International Day of Education. So he's going to tell us his name and then go ahead with other proceedings. Okay, he is the executive director of the CEDA Foundation.
Good morning to you all. You are welcome to this program, International Day for Education. So we want to welcome all the CSOs from the ministries and other education partners. We thank you for coming. I think I don't know, most of our time, we don't have time to, we don't have time to give to our students to create themselves. So try to use up the time, not to exceed an hour. So maybe before we start, okay, let's introduce ourselves. Yes, listen, yeah. Yes. No, just yes. So yeah, so because we know the people who are busy, we have to yes. So we the theme for this year's International Day for Education is changing what? Who can tell us? Yes? Okay. Yeah. Changing course and probably okay. So I know you actually know this. I was thinking about people who don't. Okay, it's very simple. So it's changing course and transforming education. Changing course and transforming education. So we actually get to the International Day for Education of Education as this is the fourth day of the celebration, and the purpose of this celebration is to ensure that there's a promotion in the values of education, quality of people. Okay. So yeah, thank you. So this is the 40th of the celebration. So for us in Cedar Foundation for Disability, we have deemed it fit that we should bring our celebration down to the persons, to our beneficiaries, uh, in order to promote and support education on their own perspective and to ensure that we bring in partners, encourage government bodies, and bring in other persons to ensure that there is inclusion and there is promotion of education on their behalf. Yes. So that's why we're actually here to discuss the challenges and the way forward. Uh, actually, I want to list in some of the things that we are here to actually discuss, to list in the points and to also provide solution to ensure inclusion and accessibility in education. Yes. In regards to persons with disability. So, firstly, I'm having a challenge. So because we as an organization, we deal with research and humanitarian and also developmental implementation. So we actually deal with facts and numbers. So we'll give a little statistic before we give to other people to talk and to discuss on the topic changing course and transforming education. So a survey that was conducted by UNICEF indicates that the population of school children are about 10.5 to 13.2 million at 2000 and early 2021. So, and also we got a statistic from SB Morgan Intelligence that these numbers in 2021, between January 2021 and January 21 and August 2021, the number has increased in Nigeria by 3 to 3.1 million children are out of school. So from this number that I've actually gotten, we also got a statistic from the Joint Association of Persons with Disability in Nigeria that over 50% of the persons, the children that are out of school are children, are persons with disability. 50% of the children that are out of school are children. So if our children with disability, so if the numbers is like this, then all education stakeholders have to actually come down and come on board to be able to provide a sustainable solution to ensure inclusion first, accessibility, sustainability, and innovation, ensuring that these persons actually have quality education. So in Borno State, we really want to appreciate the present government, the governor, the commissioner, and also those that are working in the educational sector. They've been doing well in this last 2-3 years to ensure that these persons with disability actually have access to quality education. We have seen improvement in their school and in the treatment of these children with disabilities. So if I'm going to have two of the schools, one here and also the one that's managed by the Director of Special Education at Malibanari. So there have been a lot of improvements. But the challenge we are having, which is going to be a point of discussion, is we conducted a little survey as an organization and we discovered that there is about 20 to 30% reduction of these children from the schools between the lockdown and at the end of the lockdown. So there have been 20 to 30% reduction in numbers. So we met with the principals and the teachers and we had discussions. We had one of the session last year December 4th last year, and we had one last week at the school there. So we were able to collect statistics. That Street Child was also there. Hallmark National Initiative was also there. So and we came up with discussions and way forward. So that it is important that other partners are actually available or are present to be able to know, okay, these are the challenges and this is the way forward. So I will raise in four of the points of discussion for today. Sorry for the interruption, please. So we'll give in four points of discussion for today's event for the International Day of Education to support persons with disability. Whether those who are physically disabled, the VH, and the HH, yes. So this is actually a focus. So as we celebrate this day, the point for discussion and the objective for this discussion today is one, how we can strengthen special education as regard as it has to do with public endeavor and for the common good of our people in the community where we live, beginning from here where we are. So secondly is how we can step digital transformation in regards to special education. Three, to support teachers who teach these children with disability. And we have come to discover that we actually just last month, yes, and we had a discussion with some of the beneficiaries and some of the stakeholders, and we got a sort of report. It's not formal, it's not official, that in Plateau State, 9% in every employment, 9% is actually given to persons with disability. But in Borno State, yes, we are yet to achieve that, but we hope that yes, this present government who is actually doing well to support education with work in regards to that. So teachers or the people who actually work with these children with disability, they should also their capacity should also be built and they should also be supported because they're really doing great job in ensuring that these children have access to quality education. So and finally, we want to look at the safeguarding of the planet Earth, yes, to unlock potentials in every person with disability to contribute to collective well-being of our society. So we have in advanced countries, this inclusion are there. We have many schools here in Nigeria that though they are not inclusive friendly, yes. If you take children with disability to the schools, it's difficult for them to admit because of these challenges, yes. Yeah, because, for example, if you have a child who is VH going to the contemporary school that you have, for example, government college in Maiduguri, we don't have teachers there to take care of that child. You have a child who is, for example, HH, that there is no interpreter who is in the school that will actually take care of that situation. So the same thing we actually have in most of the schools, whether supported by CSOs, non-governmental organizations. Yes. This provision to an extent is not yet. People are doing their best, but we want to ensure that there is totally a large number of putting inclusiveness in our education implementation. So thank you all for coming to this program, and we hope to be having good discussion. So everybody here is seated, and we hope that we are jotting one or two things. The benefit of all the purpose of this is that at the end of the day, we don't just discuss. We actually see the need to ensure that there's implementation. Yeah. Before we come to that, maybe we'll come to that. So I think I will hand over the mic to the moderator so that we continue the session. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Please give me a round. All right. The next item we are going to move on with. Thank you so much. At this time, we are going to call on the principal of this school. She is going to tell us or discuss on the challenges of disability education. She is in the person of Ajia Yaga Aisani. Please, let's give her a clap. Thank you.
Good morning, all. I'm the principal of this school that is in Shadi School. The school was established in 1963. Then later it has been changed to Iowa Special Needs School. But before it was at me, later then they moved to Gombe near Secretary. Then later also last year we were brought here and then the name has been changed to Iowa Special Needs. But before only for the blind. After we have changed, that is after we have been here, it has been changed to the deaf school where deaf children has been enrolled here. So with the population of only 10 pupils up to this stage. And we have so many challenges we are facing. One, lack of writing materials for the pupils. Most of the parents thinking that disabled students cannot be able to perform anything in the society, while it is not. They have to treat the disabled and then the normal equally because they are special needs from God. Some are even looking for a child where they didn't get it. For you that has given such opportunity, whether it is disabled or normal, it is a special gift from God. You cannot buy it on the market. So you have to take proper of these children because they are useful in the society. When parents brought these children for us, they are not buying all these things that is teaching materials and then for the learning, especially the writing materials, that is the exercise book, the pen they are using, pencils, um, the pencils, biros, erasers, and so on and so forth. So they are not buying all these, they are just abandoning it. So when we get some of the customers, philanthropists are bringing their help, but also government itself also giving us help. We cannot leave it for the government alone. We need other philanthropists to help us so that to assist these children. When children are coming to school and they don't have writing materials, where can they be able to write all these things? So some of the parents also places they cannot be able to pay the transportation for their children because that's why some of the children or some of the pupils are coming late. Some will come today, then the next day they will not come. Why? Because lack of transportation. They are thinking that some are paying 3 drops or 2 drops before they come to the school. So also lack of transportation is also one of the challenges. Then thirdly, we have also feeding. Like say when I say feeding, before we are getting feeding from the government, but these days things have been changed automatically. So we need someone who can be able to help us in buying food items so that the children will be able to use it for their even breakfast or something like this. What before the insurgency, we have the boarding students. Even here in the city is one of our hospitals. So we also need, if there is a possibility, that someone assist us in buying all these things so that we can remain the body. Because the pupils also need the boarding school because with the help of the boarding school, they can be able to catch up all the missing gap that have missed it before. So we can engage them with the prayer, all these things to miss the missing gap that they did the other time. So we also need another help if there is possibility so that we can buy food items to them. They can, we have the cooks, everything school, they can be able to cook them, that is the 3 square meals. So all these things are also great challenge. And also lastly, we had that uniform because parents will bring the puppies without giving us the uniform. The one that we have has been finished. So there is no way that we can register a child without uniform. How can we differentiate those that are at home and those at in the school? So with the help of the uniform, we can be able to identify all these things. But before we have it now, we don't have the uniform. If we get the possibility, we need another help so that we can be able to sponsor these children with the uniform. Although most of the puppies that are bringing their children, they poor. Just register them free of charge without even collecting even a single cover from them. So we don't have such uniforms to give it to them. So with it, I am now calling for philanthropists, those that can be able to help these disabled students, these disabled pupils. We have to assist them. We have to cut them along. We have to show them love and concern so that they will feel that we are all together, we are all equal, so that if we neglect them, abandon them, they will feel that they are isolated. So please, I call on each and every one so that let's hands together to help these children so that they should also stay in one umbrella. Thank you very much. I think with these few points of mine, one will also be able to assist us. So I pray for them. Thank you. God bless you all.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. Wow. Now, on the next item, we are going to enter one of the most important aspects of this gathering. One of the most important. We've just heard from her. Now is the time to also hear from our CSOs and our education partners. Okay, it's a time to discuss on the pathway of changing course, transforming education. This is the international team given by the UN for this year. So I'm going to hand over the mic to our.
So thank you so much. Thank you, Haji. We are grateful. So Haji has been able to list some of these challenges. They are the one working with these children, so they understand the challenges more than what they come from outside. We still give opportunities to maybe one or two. I don't know if you don't mind, man. We give opportunity to one of them to speak if possible. So that the school have heard from them too. So if possible, but because of our time, we come to everybody because we actually want. We still have other challenges too. Hajja is also there, so we give more challenges, more challenges because she also coordinates many of the activities too. Yeah, so she will tell us more too. So, but because of our time, we go to the discussion. We will start with the presentation from IRC. We'll go on Mr. Mitchell, let them get to give us a brief. We could actually sit down if you don't mind. It's okay. Okay.
Good morning, people. My name is Victor Okibu from the National Rescue Committee. It's a pleasure to be with you all, and I'm happy to be in your midst this morning. I want to first of all talk about the challenges that he mentioned of, and then let's look at how we can provide solutions to most of the challenges. The most important one that actually caught my interest is the learners not having enough writing materials and then uniform. So on the part of IRC, I'm not proposing this, but I'm promising that I will discuss with the management in the sector, then we'll look at how we can solve it, more especially provision of scholastic materials. We do give out writing materials to learners. We also support them with what we call the uniforms. We have a particular program where we have support to formal school. Since this is a formal school, then it happens that we have learners who are disabled. We have the visually impaired ones, even the ones who have hearing difficulties. So we can try as possible to provide them with writing materials and then with uniform as well. However, this is dependent on approval from the opposition. Once I present this with them, then if they approve it, then I will come to us because we used to work in this school. I think in look at our second project, we are not very targeting in this school. However, we see how we can support you with these things that we have made mention. Another thing I want to talk about is how we, the government as a whole, we can also provide support to our learners. It is true that people look at the disabled ones as those who don't have, who are not important in society. But from our own perspective, we don't look at them like that. Being that they are disabled doesn't mean they don't have the ability to do what is expected of them. Most of them, if not all of them, they have good ability. However, it is not dependent on we to drive them out, to bring them out from them. And then one thing that we can do is to ensure that we support these children in the communities, in the school, wherever we find them. We still have most of them who are still moving about on the streets. The only thing I will do we can do to support them is, if it is possible, let us how we can go on to the communities or on the streets to target these individuals, get them enrolled. Although we might have constraints of our school taking all of them. I think this is the only school I know that get enroll learners who have disability, right? I think it's only the Ross Central I used to know. Okay, special needs school. Okay, that big one that was built not quite long ago, right? There's one along that is it NYC lodge. Okay. Was it for my school? Okay. So one thing we can do is to ensure that learners who are roving around on the streets, we have learners who are disabled on the streets. These learners, they are not the importance of education. We can help them by going to the communities, prayer advocacy, and then I know it's not easy, it's not all organizations that have the capacity to do that. Like we in education, we don't support learners, and we don't have the component or the ability of getting learners who are disabled enrolled into our program, most especially learners who have difficulty in